It's 9 o'clock. We'll call the meeting to order. Approval of the agenda as presented.
Yep.
Thanks, Richard. Beat you just by a little bit.
It's
All
the
those in
chair,
favor?
Bruce.
Opposed? Carried. There's a couple additions to the agenda. 5E, a development mashup, economic development mashup, and also 6A, Chauvin fire truck under protection to persons and property. Anybody else have any additions they'd like to add? If not, thanks, Bruce. Motion to the additions to the agenda. All those in favor? Opposed? Carried. Council meeting minutes from November 25th. Oscar makes a motion to accept the council meeting minutes. All those in favor? Opposed? Carried. No delegations today. Brings us to new business, Ag Service Department. Morning, ladies. Okay, so we have the Ag Fieldman's report there. Any questions or comments or anything you'd like to add, Shelby, before we get into it?
I don't think anything particular to add. We hosted our first provincial conference a couple weeks ago in service training in Edmonton. It went really smoothly, so that's good to see. And we have our advertising out for the Provincial Ag Service Board Conference, so I believe that was all sent to you last week. So we're looking forward to that. Things are coming together. We did our seed plant inspections last week at both facilities, and they did both pass and have their operating licenses for 2026.
Good.
So what's compound 1080?
That is a coyote toxicant.
Do you use much of it?
No. I've not given it out.
You're not giving it out.
I have not given it out since
Oh.
I've been here.
Can
Yes.
anyone get it?
There's a lot of requirements that need to be met, and there will be a new stewardship program that's going to be rolled out in probably March that is going to make it a little bit more restrictive. So we'll see what that looks like, but it will require farmers' pesticide license, I believe, as a minimum, and some additional training required.
Okay, any other questions? If not, I'll get a motion to accept the report as presented. That was Richard again. All those in favor?
1, 2, 3.
Opposed? Carried. Okay, we have an RFD for the Battle River Research Group Partnership.
So Battle River Research Group is a ARA, an Applied Research Association. So they did approach us in the spring about some partnership opportunities. So they did come to the April 28th ASB meeting as a delegation, and they presented to the board. Subsequently after that, they did submit a partnership proposal for a one-year pilot partnership this fall. So the board looked at that in October and was in favor of recommending to council that we proceed with that proposed one-year pilot partnership.
What would be the benefits to us?
Absolutely. So a big thing that is nice is that the content that they put on is really strongly in alignment with our grant requirements, the resource management stream that we get through the Ag Service Board grant program. So their content really aligns well with that. And I think they will fill a gap as far as that content. Some of our, crop specific, for example, workshops are the ones that we tend to get the lowest turnout for. So this is another way to potentially engage that audience and see some turnout through webinars, just giving people another avenue.
Good. Any other questions?
What's
or
the farm
discussion?
research trial development?
So that would be, so if someone is looking to do something on their farm as sort of an experiment, for example. So this is designing that. Let me just see here. I'll just read directly out. So they design the trial, manage the data collection, and prepare a research report after the fact. And then they will also attend one of our MD-hosted extension events and present on that research that is done on farm.
Only if the farmer applies to have it done, is that right?
Yeah, so you would have to sign up to do like an on-farm trial. And so then they manage kind of that, how that will run. And then you as the producer collect the data through the season and submit it to them and kind of work in partnership with them to collect it.
Okay, any other questions or discussion? Somebody want to make a motion, which direction we want to go?
I'll go with number 1.
Option 1, to approve the one-year pilot partnership with BRRG.
Yeah.
Okay, thanks, Bruce. All those in favor? Opposed? Carried. Okay, we have an RFD for a shelter belt program development.
So this one we had brought to the planning meeting this past spring just to kind of see what the interest was. And at that time, council wanted us to get a little more info and go discuss with the ASB. So we did so at our October meeting, and the board did pass a motion then to recommend proceeding with the development of a shelter belt program under a 50% cost share model capped at a total expenditure of $20,000 annually.
20,000, what's that going to include? Is that going to get new planting equipment again, or what?
No, I don't think we'd be looking at that as of now. I think that would be just direct to the trees themselves. And like the equipment we have divested, we do still have access to our plastic mulch applicator. It did go to the County of Vermilion River, so it is still accessible to our ratepayers if they are interested in using it for something like this.
And where would they have to find a planter?
You know, I'm not too sure if there's many that you can rent. I could definitely check out United Rentals and see if that's something that they do have, but I don't know of any around.
Somebody gets trees, they're going to be asking us for a planter.
Then we say, borrow the grandkids. That's a great job for them.
And that dollar amount, that would be on the very high side.
Yeah, that
For
would be
an
a
estimate.
cap. So. And I did have kind of on that background info, just a little an example there.
You know, the PFRA used to do this, right? But they can't do that.
Yeah, and that ran for a very long time, that Prairie Farm Rehabilitation Administration. So that was a federal program, and it was free trees. They ran that for many, many years. In 2009, they dissolved the program, and it went to another federal branch, and then that did dissolve in 2013. So it's been about 12 years since there was a program. A lot of municipalities run tree programs similarly. So we do get quite a few inquiries. We even had one just last week about if we do have a tree program.
Okay.
I'll
any
make a
other-
motion, we go with option 1.
To approve the development of a shelter belt program. Okay. Any other questions or comments? All those in favor? Opposed? Carried.
Correct. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Do we have a newsletter, or how will people find out then that it's back in business?
We also have the Facebook page,
Facebook
newsletter,
page?
yeah. And then if we want, we can also put it in the tax notices that go out as well.
Morning, gentlemen.
Feeling better, Ray?
A little bit, yeah.
Good, good to hear.
Feeling good. Thanks.
Okay, we have Public Works report there. Any questions or comments?
So currently we have our new plow truck. It's been working good. We did have some issues, some minor issues with our plow trucks as of late, which we normally do. It's just that season, right? It is kind of nice that with this new this new truck arriving when it did, allows us to have that other truck as a spare unit, which does work well when you need to get out there and respond to events. So that's going to work out well going forward for us. Otherwise, construction is completed. We're just transitioned everybody into the winter maintenance modes. Division operators are set, plow equipment's on, and things are happening. Looks like potentially Wednesday could be a decent event. But they're calling for some big wins, so it'll be interesting. We'll see what happens. So the accumulations will probably be higher in the low spots and less in the high spots.
Where do we store the new plow truck?
New plow truck is based out of Division 6-7. Yeah. Bigger question is where do we store the spares? So that one we actually have over on 15th Avenue, call it the rec shop.
Yeah.
We have it in the back of that building. We just have no space over at the main shop. So, but it does come in handy. We actually potentially might even need it today. We have one unit where PTO is not reacting where it's supposed to. So depending on diagnosing, it could go out or we could have it fixed and ready to go. So we'll see what happens. I guess we also had a wing on a grader pull apart. That's the first time we had that. So on that wing, the cylinder is actually incorporated right into that wing pole. And on every cylinder, there's a nut on the top. And what happened was that nut backed off a bit. And then when the operator actuated it, it actually pulled apart the last two threads. So currently that unit, it was 5 to 6 weeks to get a new wing, and it's I think it was 2 to 3 weeks just to get a seal kit for it, which is quite interesting. So we packed this unit up and we sent it to Jerdell in Edmonton, and it sounds like we're going to get a faster turnaround with those guys rebuilding it as opposed to doing it in-house. Even with the threads on the wing pole too, we tried to thread chase that, but we couldn't get those to come around either, so we needed a little extra help, a little bit of machining and stuff. So I'll keep you updated on that. But currently we do have one grader in the fleet. That's our spare grader, helps out on heavier days and so on and so forth. So we've moved that grader into that area, and we're still flush on equipment going out.
Good. Any other questions or comments? If not, somebody want to make a motion? Thanks, Garnet. To accept the Public Works report as presented. All those in favor? Opposed? Carried. Safety report.
Morning, Council.
Morning.
Nothing to add onto the report submitted. A couple of mentioned points here. During our last safety management meeting, I presented the annual 2025 health and safety statistics for the MDO Wainwright. You'll find that on the backside of my report. We can go through that too in a minute if you wish. I'm taking part in webinar series, the latest one, Preventions of Slip, Trips and Falls, put on by Energy Canada. Continually researching and pricing out some safety-related items for the upcoming season. Finalized our safety manual, which was presented last Thursday. For Parks and Rec, we have begun to prep the outdoor skating rinks. Crews will continue to maintain these through the winter months. Alarms and cameras are all being monitored and checked on a regular basis within our recreational areas. Other departments have been assisting with cleaning deadfall and debris from rec areas and tree lines throughout the MD, and they're continually assisting other departments as needed. I'm not sure if you want to, do we want to go over these right away, or do you have to?
I don't know, it's there for our information. I think everybody's had a chance. Does anybody have any questions on the stats? I think everybody had a chance to look it over, and I didn't have anything that really came out of this, so.
Okay.
Okay. Any other questions or comments for Ray on his safety report?
Nope.
Need a motion to accept it as presented. Thanks, Oscar. All those in favor? Opposed? Carried. Okay, we got some RFDs.
Thank you.
Okay, so 2026 construction and future construction map, as we looked at during our planning meeting last week and adjusted after the meeting. As presented, the map is also included just below the RFP.
Thank you.
Okay, any questions on,
I had one question there, Preston. LR3, or LR5, Division 3. It's only 2 miles, am I correct?
Well, that's a great question, Richie. No, I think it is 2 miles, yeah.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
right. Yeah,
Yeah, that is correct. We'll
Yeah.
adjust that.
yeah. I do read things, eh?
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
okay, any other questions or comments on the future construction map for 2026
Also
and
moved.
future projects?
I'll move.
I don't know who won that one.
I don't care.
Okay, we'll go Oscar.
Oh,
All those in favor? Opposed? Carried. Okay, hard surface map for 2026. Talked about that in planning. Was there any questions or comments on that, or anything you'd like to add, Preston?
No, I don't believe so, not this time.
Okay, pretty straightforward.
I'll move that one.
Thanks, Bruce.
how do I get my name?
All those in favor? Opposed? Carried. And an RFD for reclaimer warranty for the,
Cat 14
Cat.
grader, construction. So yeah, as discussed in our capital review meeting to, extend the warranty on this machine for one more year and look at options for 2026, 2027 season.
okay, any questions or comments?
No.
Richard makes a motion to go
Option
with
one.
option one, extend the warranty for 1 year. All those in favor? Opposed? Carried. Now the reclaimer? The
Okay.
RM500 warranty?
As well, we discussed the RM500. This would be the last year to cycle the RM500 through a warranty period. It would be aged out at this point, but we can still capitalize on this cycle.
What year is it? How old is the machine now?
I believe it was a 2019.
19?
Yeah.
Okay, to go with option one, Oscar? Any comments or questions? Oscar makes a motion to go with option one to extend the warranty for a year. All those in favor? Opposed? Carried. And fog seal, 2026
As well as
fog seal.
discussed in our capital plan meeting was to address the roads that we had stabilized in the Wainwright Cemetery and doing a little bit of maintenance such as fog seal treatment. Did the square meters, it's approximately 2,000. Based on an average cost that we received in our RFDs from 2025, it's looking like about a $1,600 cost to fog seal those roads.
And that does the entire cemetery, sorry, or just?
No, it does the roads that we
portion?
stabilized.
Oh, okay. Just the portions that are already?
That is correct, yeah.
I'll make a motion that we add cemetery roads, option one.
Okay, thanks, Sean. Sean makes a motion to go with option one. All those in favor? Opposed? Carried. Okay, and we have a handout for a scraper information for the 2026.
All right, also discussed in our capital review meeting was adding 2 new scrapers to our fleet. The discussion really weighed heavy on delivery and timelines of that delivery and how that was going to work in our cycling of our seasons and bringing scrapers in and letting them go. So with that, in discussion, we did have finning involved, and what we discovered was we can go with a delivery of probably around September to October, with a delay warranty starting in December, which then will allow us to cycle that machine as we prefer. And they will also then continue the warranty on our existing 2 scrapers to allow us to finish the season off with those units. We would have to pay up front for the warranty, and then we would be reimbursed when the machines do arrive, and we pay for the machines. So as the RFD says, we will receive the warranty back on time of delivery of the machines off the price of the scrapers.
Okay.
When
Any
this-
questions?
When this RFD came out the first time, what was the total price? Was it 1.9?
Yeah,
And now we're
per-
2.1, right?
Per, yeah.
That's a different warranty.
Yeah, because we went with the 7-year.
We went 7-year warranty this time
So
instead of the
that's why
5-year.
the price is a bit different?
Yes,
Yeah.
yeah. Both prices were actually presented
Yeah.
at
Oh,
the
were they?
capital plan, yeah,
Okay.
with the 2 different warranties. One's 5-year, one's 7-year.
Not at the
one's-
capital plan, but the
Yep.
initial RFD that came that failed was 1.9, right?
That's correct.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then we looked into and had a discussion about extending the warranty to 2 years, and instead of doing a 5-year cycle, a 7-year cycle on them, so, and then Preston brought that information to pre-planning. Okay, any other questions or comments? Oscar makes the motion to go with option 1, proceed with the purchase of the warranty for units 3 and 4, and the purchase of 2 new scrapers. All those in favor? Opposed? Carried. Okay, thanks, gentlemen.
Thank you, and Merry Christmas to all, and have a great holiday, and enjoy your families.
You as well.
You as well.
You don't need any money? I'm a hard guy to say no. Enjoy the remainder of the
Yeah,
day.
you guys.
You too. That's right.
Yeah.
Okay, moving on to finance, accounts are there. Any questions or comments on the accounts? If not, somebody want to make a motion?
I just
Go ahead.
wondered
Oh,
what our,
oh.
I'm so sorry.
No.
What's our portion of this Edgerton fire truck? Is that full stock, we own that, or this is our half, or what?
It's 75-25 was the agreement.
75?
Yeah.
We upfront the cost of the chassis,
Oh, okay,
which we've done already,
right.
and then we square off it when the truck's delivered in 27 with the 75-25 settlement.
Okay, thank you, sorry about
Yeah.
that.
Nope, all good. Any other questions on the accounts? Garnett's made a motion to accept the accounts. All those in favor? Opposed? Carried. Financial statement. Any questions or comments on that? If not,
I'll make a motion.
thanks, Sean, to accept the financial statement. All those in favor? Opposed? Carried. Reserves are there for your information. And we have an audit plan and engagement letter.
That has been delayed until January,
Okay,
so we can strike that off the agenda or pass over it. No actions required at this time.
okay.
Okay.
And we have a RFD to adopt the 26 operating and capital plan as interim operating and capital budget.
I'll make a motion, we go with 1. Option 1, please.
Okay, thanks, Richard. Any other comments or questions? If not, Richard has a motion. All those in favor? Opposed? Carried. Moving on to administration, we got the monthly status report there. Any questions or comments on that? No, that's good. And we have an RFD for tax arrears.
Okay, so these are small amounts that a payment was made last year. What happened, it was an allocation issue. So the full payment was made by the ratepayer, it's in this case, the two ratepayers, but the allocation was incorrect. So in the meantime, we found this out when they came to pay their taxes in '25. So we made the proper allocation, so it was no fault of the ratepayer. So we're asking the arrears to be canceled in this case.
Okay, thanks, Oscar. Any questions or comments on that before we call the
I
motion?
thought you weren't gonna talk today.
Thanks. Thanks for noting that, Sean. That's a astute
Put that in the
observation
minutes.
on your part.
Oh, okay.
Okay, so Oscar made the motion to go with A, cancel or reduce the tax arrears. All those in favor? Opposed? Carried. And we have another RCMP clerical. So
So
we
we-
talked, go ahead, sorry.
Yeah,
You
so
can
we've had a request from the local RCMP Sergeant Miller. There's a letter that's been handed out with some details on the request and justification. I don't know, I handed it out this morning, so I don't know if you had a chance to read it. It's basically to free up members, of increase in workload for administration at the local detachment. And I think he gives some numbers comparison to clerical versus members throughout the province, and I think Wainwright is a little bit lower in respect to the average. So he's put a request in for a full-time clerical to be funded by the MD of Wainwright.
What's in the office for clerical staff now?
So right now they have two clerical. They would have one that's shared by the town and the MD on a 50-50 basis. And then they have one full-time that's funded totally by the town of Wainwright. And then they have one person who is, I guess, would be funded by the federal government to assist in with the overall administration of the clerical. So that person would be appointed and funded by the federal government. So 3 right now.
My only concern in his letter is that it states there's 11 members with support of 3 staff. I don't know that we've ever been at 11 full members, right?
That would
So-
be his full contingent, yeah, you're right.
If the lines were full.
Yeah.
But they aren't. I hope that this all comes to fruition where if we put someone in there, the members will be able to be out and seen by the public, you know what I mean?
That was his intentions, that's his goal, I think,
Yeah.
by having this extra clerical, to take up that extra administration, so to free up those members to get out on the road, to do the investigations, respond to calls, do the patrols. You know what, we talked in Edmonton about the, well, yeah, no, I shouldn't say.
Okay,
I'll make a motion to go with option number 1.
okay, thanks, Sean. Option 1 to
See, he's
to
talking.
fund the position and work with the Wainwright RCMP detachment and establish and filling the position. Any questions or comments on that?
So
Were we
they'll-
gonna have
they'll
them
do the
any-
hiring? Oh, sorry.
so
Go ahead,
Were we
Robin.
gonna do any kind of reporting? Could we see that it's working, or do we mind? Like maybe it's something they just can't
Yeah.
simply report on, but
I think it's reasonable
to ask
to
that
ask for
this,
some
this
reporting
amount of
on the
money that's
effects
given
and
is, could you show us where it was?
It might be kind of difficult for.
That's what I wondered, if it's too
Well-
difficult to report on.
Even if he can give us an update at our morning coffees on council day, or
Yeah.
how it's
Oh,
going, or,
Yeah,
'Cause that would be a hard metric to measure.
that's what I
aside from-
wondered. What would you be able to produce for numbers that somebody was able to go out? I don't know.
Yeah, I guess it's worth asking.
It's a question we can propose to him and see where that conversation goes. I don't think that's
he'll be here in an hour.
out
so-
of line. I think that's a good question.
It's just, it's a bit of money to be not knowing exactly where it went or if it was, Well,
Yeah,
I
well-
don't need every detail, just,
And they will look after the hiring and everything, right?
yeah.
I believe so, yeah. Yeah.
They would probably invite us, since we're funding the project, to be part of the interview process and hiring process.
They would be our employee then?
They would be our employee.
Oh, really?
Well, funded by us,
Yeah,
but
I mean-
But not actually.
administered and supervised by the RCMP.
Yeah.
So does payroll go through?
It would go through the MD Wainwright.
Oh, okay.
Oh,
And I'm going to assume that they'd have to go through all the screening process, and we're probably 4 to 6 months out before an individual is
It
actually.
would be up to, I think it was told between 3, it could be 6 weeks, it could be 6 months, depending on the screening required on the individual and who applies, right?
Okay.
yeah, I like
But
it, I like.
they
the
would
idea.
have the top security clearance
Yeah.
for this position.
Sorry to interrupt,
Oh, it's good. Any questions? Good.
Questions are good, Robin.
that sounded sarcastic. Didn't it?
Okay, Sean made the motion. Is there any other questions or comments before I call the? Seeing none. All those in favor? Opposed? Carried. Okay, member bulletins are there for your information.
So,
Oh, that was a lot of dry reading.
There was a lot on the go, isn't there? There's some good information in those bulletins. Okay, and we are going to go with the economic development mashup. Bruce, did you want to speak to that?
yeah, I went to the meeting last night, economic development, and there's a program out there, it's called Mashup. And what it does is it brings people together into cohort groups to organize themselves to do small business projects and develop a plan for like banks and all that stuff. So Provost is using it right now. It seems to be working well for them. So the program cost is about $18,000. The town's putting $16,000 in, so I'm requesting that we put $2,000 in. And it's for everybody, so it would be MD, ratepayers, and town would be able to use it. To the customer, for lack of a better term, it's free. So we're picking up the registration costs and then turning it over to this group that
So-
will try to guide them.
So what do they do exactly?
Okay, so you have a plan for a small business, right? And you don't know how to kickstart it off.
Oh, I see.
They'll come in and tell you how to do business plans and, you know.
Kind of
where
walk you
can get
through.
Distribution for your product and supplies for you. A lot of the small stuff, mom and pop businesses, it would help them out to get their feet on the ground and get started, so.
Right.
It seems like a pretty good program. We talked to them, they're from Nova Scotia, so everything's online.
Okay.
But there's individual, it takes 6 weeks to go through the program, and it's all online. So people can phone in and talk about their particular problems, and there's counselors there, well, counselor I'm using, but people there that would help them with this concern or that concern. So it seemed like a pretty good program. You know, it's just a pilot thing, so, you know, 18,000 doesn't seem bad. If they get from 18 to 35, that's very good for them. You know, like, that's what they like to handle, a cohort group of about 18 to 35, so.
Who's paying the additional? So you're asking for
The town of
2,000
Wainwright
today?
is paying 16,000 up front,
Okay.
so they're short about 2,000, so that's all I'm asking for.
Okay, any other questions or comments
So
for?
nothing for the existing businesses, right? Like, it's just for
They
new?
could phone in too, but they would be downgraded.
Okay,
You know, they're looking more for the people that don't really know how to get into a business, but would like to. So that's kind of the target group that they're looking at, so. But, I mean, if you're already in business and want to expand, they can help you there too, so.
perfect.
Seemed like a good deal. So I'm requesting a couple thousand, so.
Okay, any other questions or comments on the economic development mashup? If not, I need a motion to go one way or the other.
I'll do that.
Bruce is going to make the motion to support with the funding of $2,000. All those in favor? Opposed? Carried. Okay, moving on to protection to persons and property. Oscar, you want a Chauvin fire truck discussion? Well, I think we should probably,
$10 you need?
well, there will be a top-up for funding, I'm assuming, once we get down that road, but do you have a timeline on when you're going to have a quote and some numbers for us? Okay.
We just don't have them with the tax put into it yet. And since we'll be funding about 890,000 roughly.
Okay, so is this time sensitive, or can this wait till the January meeting? Okay.
What kind of truck? A pump?
Yeah.
Pumper, yeah.
Ours is.
Theirs is,
25 years old and pumped on that.
Yeah, aged.
So we can't get, parts plugs been down for 3 weeks already.
Is that the one you got from Irma?
No,
No.
but it's built the same time as that one.
Oh, okay.
They were both built the same year.
yeah. So I don't think we have I can't speak for everybody at the table. I think we need some more information and some pricing and bring that back to January, and then we'll make the motion and start moving forward.
We'll have it in our budget, the prices and stuff too for the fire budget.
Okay,
You're probably 2 years out once you order it.
That's right. They figure a year and a half to 2 years.
okay, so we'll just leave that as discussion for now, and then January we can deal with some numbers.
We'll have all the numbers in our budget also.
Okay, good. Okay, we have a bylaw. Yeah, we're going pretty quick. That's okay.
So this bylaw 1721 is about a bylaw to amend basically our fire permit. So our fire permit is attached as a schedule to our existing bylaw, which is 1701. So there's other bylaws that are affected as well, 1521, 1396. And the change to this permit would be the change from legislation from the provincial government in respect to the privacy legislation and also the freedom of information legislation. So we've made the changes on this form to make sure that we're in line with the province's change to those two acts.
Okay. Okay, bylaw 1721 for the purpose of amending bylaws 1396, 1521, 1701, which are all in regard to fire permits. This bylaw may have all three readings, so I need a motion for the first reading.
First reading.
Bruce, thank you. All those in favor? Opposed? Carried. Motion for the second reading?
Yep.
Thanks, Richard. All those in favor? Opposed? Carried. And we need a motion to proceed, which has to be unanimous. Somebody want to make that motion to proceed? Thanks, Oscar. All those in favor? Opposed? Carried. Third and final motion.
I'll make that motion.
Thanks, Sean. All those in favor? Opposed? Carried. Okay. On to development. Somebody want to grab Dana? Is there a lot to talk about on committees, or?
No.
Gonna be a long coffee.
Moving along pretty well.
It took me longer to sit down and read through this package.
Good morning.
Morning, Dana. Okay, everybody's got Dana's report there. Any questions or comments or anything you'd like to add? Dana?
I'll just add that subdivisions are quite busy this year, so I made a note on this report this time, just that we have 22 open subdivision files at present. That does include some historical ones that are a little more complicated, mind you, but that is definitely up from the average number of subdivisions that we have within a year.
So why are they open?
So some of them might have a septic requirement that they need to get their septic resolved, so it kind of works on their timeline and just a matter of when they get the work done.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Any other questions or comments on the report? If not, I'll look for a motion to accept the report as presented.
I will.
Thank you, Garnet. All those in favor? Opposed? Carried. So we have an RFD for Clear Lake.
Oh,
No, we got to deal with Clear Lake.
So this first RFD is as a requirement of the disposition that was issued to us by the government of Alberta. When folks start to do their shoreline work, they will have to ensure that they follow an erosion and sediment control plan and a water control plan just to ensure the health and safety of the lake. And so we're asking council to consider covering the costs for these, which would be applied to anybody at Clear Lake that wishes to do a shoreline stabilization activity in keeping with the disposition. So this could be shared amongst all of the applicants that want to do shoreline stabilizations.
And this is one time.
One time,
One
one,
time,
yeah.
yeah.
So as long as they're going to follow what the disposition, so the disposition was very specific in what the activity was. So the riprap and the geotextiles and the willow plantings. So if that's not going to work for their shoreline, they can't even use that disposition. They'd have to do a different application altogether.
Right.
But the majority of people at the lake will be doing that manner of stabilization, at which time then they'll do these same things. So the great majority of anybody that applies will be able to use this.
Right.
And that cost, is that per plan?
No, that's inclusive of both.
That's total?
Yeah, that covers
Okay.
both, so.
Okay.
I'll make a motion for option one. I hope it encourages them to maintain the health of the lake.
Okay, thanks, Robin. Any other questions or comments? If not, all those in favor? Opposed? Carried. And another RFD on Clear Lake, just following up with that motion.
Yeah, so very similar for the stabilizations. This is the legal side of things. So in order for people to proceed in doing that activity, which is in our environmental reserve in front of their semi-waterfront properties, we will need to ensure that we have liability considered and any legal ramifications. So MPC has made a recommendation forward to you here as council that we hire a lawyer to draft the license, the easement, and the bylaw to prepare for these activities.
Okay, anybody have any questions or comments on this?
I'll make a motion, we go with option one.
Option one?
Yeah.
Thanks, Richard. Any other questions or comments again? Seeing none. All those in favor? Opposed? Carried.
Thank you very
Okay,
much.
thanks,
Merry
Dana.
Christmas, everyone.
You as well.
Merry
Thank you.
We ended on Clear Lake.
Okay, committee reports.
Good thing I'm on top of it.
Wainwright seed cleaning.
Who's what?
Wainwright seed cleaning plant.
Oh, yes, we had our annual general meeting on November 25th. Last year, the seed clean plant cleaned 178,000 bushels and treated 4,026 bushels. Just to note, the total bushels cleaned is significantly down from what they've done in the past. But they are getting their financials kind of on track, and they're hoping to come up with a plan to try to attract more bushels back into the seed clean plant. So,
What's the biggest detriment, just these mobile guys?
I think there was some issues in the past, and then people kind of took grain other places, and then there is mobile guys coming in. That's definitely not helping. So
I don't think it was the mobile guys. There was issues.
there was issues, yeah, but they've gotten through that. But
I know a lot of people our way have switched to Lougheed and then just stayed there.
I think, yeah, there's been some newer plants put up, and that's affecting it as well.
It'd be interesting to see if the numbers that Wainwright's gone down, Edgerton's increased. Because I think Edgerton's had a huge increase in
Not a
bushels, no?
huge one,
No.
but a little bit.
A bit, yeah. I thought
Because
so.
it, like in their prior years, like we saw 400, 500, 600,000 bushels cleaned. So hopefully things can turn around.
Thanks for that, Sean. Edgerton Seed Cleaning Plant?
Yeah, we had a meeting on November 26th, and it was very quiet. We were short a member to have a quorum, so, and the cleaning has picked up since, well, the first 2 months of the year were slow. And, yeah, we still have, I think we were a little bit over on our cleaning the year before, and it's mainly due to the mobile guys and a private guy cleaning seed. But hopefully we get some more. That's about it.
Okay. Thanks, Richard. FCS?
I was able to attend the FCSS AA conference in Edmonton. Alberta Munis, as well as RMA, have asked Minister Nixon to consider the inflation and migration of people to Alberta to help them with their numbers financially. It was a really good conference. They do a really nice job. They keep you engaged the whole time. The breakout sessions were great. Locally, we had our organizational meeting. We have a new chairman. What else? We're doing a Christmas get-together on Thursday. Programming has stayed the same. Yeah, what
Yeah,
else?
that's it. I didn't get invited to the conference.
No, you weren't invited.
So what about your chairlift or whatever going to the basement?
I think that there's some visits about that building. The lease on that building is only another couple years before its end.
Okay.
And I think that they'd hoped for, I don't know.
A bigger building?
It was a
There.
bit of money to put into something that might not, you might not be able to take it with you, and you might not have a building that's got a basement in it. But,
Sure.
yeah, it was a bit of an expenditure when they priced it out, so I think it's just in a holding pattern.
Yeah, yeah.
Okay. Thanks, Robin.
They're gonna get a new place in the pool.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
In the pool
No, I'm kidding.
or beside?
Oh, boy. Stir in the pot.
It's a special kitty.
Okay. Battle River Foundation?
I guess they had a lot of Christmas supper. One of the better ones, they said, so that worked out good. We had our meeting last night. We were working on our budget
The new,
and did a wage review, so
new assistant,
we just got a part.
new assistant administrator has been hired.
Good.
Yeah, she doesn't start
Local.
till
This-
December 5th.
They didn't give us the names. Yeah, it doesn't start till the first part of December, or January.
January 5th?
January 5th, sorry.
Okay.
And that's about it. Everything's going pretty
Good.
good.
Thanks, Oscar. Wainwright Landfill.
We have a meeting on Tuesday. We had nothing since the last meeting.
Okay. East Central 911.
We had our general meeting a week ago. The new council should be here, well, today or this week. They're hoping to have everything operational by January 7th, do their testing. And then the fire department's going to have AFRAX now, so everything will come online at the same time.
Good. Yeah, that's awesome.
Oh, and next generation 911, which is the updated version of what they have now, is working fine. So that was one of their big hurdles to get over too, so.
Okay, thanks, Bruce. Health Foundation.
Gala preparations are going on strong. Dr. Vetter was on holidays, so we're missing an integral part of our last meeting, but nothing super new or no problems.
Okay, thanks, Garnet. Northern Lights.
They had their AGM via Zoom. They only meet once or twice a year in person at Outpoint at the office. They reported a distribution of over 800,000 copies of books within their Northern Lights. They're still working on a 2019 census for funding. They did a 1.5% increase in levy that we knew about ahead of time. It seems like when the economy slows, book usage goes up. So although it's a bad thing, it's good for the library. That was it.
Okay, thanks, Robin.
Where are they gonna raise the price to this year? I know they're talking.
1.5%.
So,
Yep. They were hoping to do that consistently over the next
Yeah, I think that was part of their proposal,
three
wasn't it? Kind of their,
years. Are we on?
And then they came up to the libraries and said that they may have to raise another.
No, they, our local library wants a raise of 2% or something, but not at the Northern Lights level. Yeah.
perfect. Okay, thanks, Robin.
Anytime, Red. Love you, buddy.
Wainwright Economic Development Board.
We had our meeting last night, so now you guys all know about Mashup Labs, so I guess I don't have to say anything about them. Ongoing problems with downtown vacancies, shortage of workers in certain areas. There's a tourist forum coming March 26th, and it's through Great, so hopefully we can come up with some more tours for the area. Build the Skills program is still going on. Has us not a great turnout there, but they are having some good issues out of it. They dropped business luncheons. They're having poor turnouts unless they have big speakers like Angus Reid and guys like that, or Becky Scott, and they cost too much, so they think they'll take a little sabbatical on that and see if they can work on something else. And that's about it.
When's
Okay.
that meeting in March?
26th.
Okay, thanks, Bruce.
Yep.
Need a motion to accept the committee reports as presented.
I'll make that motion.
Thanks, Sean. All those in favor? Opposed? Carried. I'm going to make a motion or seek a motion that we go into closed session to deal with an employee matter. Thanks, Richard. All those in favor? Opposed?
It's going to be a short
Carried. Okay, need a motion to come out of closed session.
I can do that.
Thanks, Bruce. All those in favor? Opposed? Carried.
Just showing you, I'm using the whole hand today.
Okay. Also need a motion to create a new position for the MD of Wainwright, the Assistant Director of Development Services. Thanks, Garnet. All those in favor? Opposed? Carried. And need one more motion. Thanks, Sean. Adjourns.